Talk nerdy to me.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Nerdy Girlfriend. These are the Halloween episodes because it's October, and October is awesome because it's Halloween, and Halloween is my favorite holiday. So we're going to be talking all about all sorts of horror things, and with me today is JD, and she's like horror fanatic, and today we decided to talk about a really, really popular show called American Horror Story. And if you haven't seen the show, turn this off right now.
Watch all 4 seasons.
Watch all 4 seasons.
Binge a little bit.
And then come back.
Yeah.
Then come back.
Don't sleep. Just watch all of them.
Just watch all of them. You can get the first 3 on Netflix, and then the 4th one you'll have to find somewhere else. But so we're going to just like get right into it, and we're going to start on the first season, I think, and we're just going to go through it season by season.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the first season didn't really have a name. It was just called American Horror Story, but a lot of fans have dubbed it Murder House. And the premise of that season is basically there's this house in LA, which is a legit house. It is real. You can go to LA and find it.
Marina Del Rey.
And it's supposedly haunted by having horrible things that happened in its past. This family moves into it. They start experiencing weird things with these ghosts. All sorts of hoobaloo happens, and yes. We'll get more into detail, but again, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it right away. Again, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to say this again, and this is going to be your last warning because there's going to be so many spoilers. Turn this off and go watch it.
Well, wait.
Did you watch it?
Did you do it?
You got
okay.
it? All right. So,
Go.
I think the first thing everyone wants to talk about when you bring up Murder House is Tate.
Oh, that
Tate.
boy. That boy. He was all sorts of gorgeous Columbine in such a horrible way, but he made the awful, like, cute. Is that bad? Yes and no.
Yes and no. I mean, there's people that are in love with the Joker, so I guess,
He was a tortured soul.
He was.
But he was just so damn pretty.
He was so damn pretty. And then he gets together with Violet, and they have like this weird tortured
and she wants
love relationship.
She wants to be that like cranky little hipster. That little...
My life is horrible
Even
because
though
my parents fight and my dad cheated on my mom because he's a man whore.
Ew. I smoke cigarettes. Like that.
Yeah. I didn't really like Violet.
I didn't either. She was too depressing for me.
She was so not interesting. I felt like she was very stereotypical what people would think of a high school girl, like, my life is horrible and I'm just gonna be a bitch to everybody because everybody's a bitch. And I'm like,
no.
Substance.
I don't like her. But the thing that made me like her is when you found out, how exactly that she was really dead. That shocked me.
Yeah, it took me a little bit to catch on that she might be dead. Like, she wasn't leaving the house, and I was like, okay, she's just super depressed, a lot of bullshit's happening. But then you find out, and you're just like,
what the fuck?
Oh, so she really did die. He didn't save her. Damn. But now they're together forever. Tate and Violet. La 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 la.
And then all of a sudden she's like, you raped my mom.
Yeah, he raped her mom.
And got her mom pregnant.
Prego with with Tate's baby and then the dad's, baby as well. But then that baby died.
Yeah.
And they gave it to the first owners of the house. The mother really wanted a child because their first child died, and then the doctor that made the house or whatever,
he aborted women's babies.
Yeah.
And a boyfriend of one of the women who had an aborted child found out, and then he decided to take the doctor's child and basically dismember it.
Yeah, and so
kill
then
it.
The doctor thought it would be this great idea to put it back together with all these other parts.
Because he has a Frankenstein complex because he inhales... What was that?
The laughing gas. That's what they would put people under with.
Nitrous oxide.
Yeah, nitrous oxide. The other things that were interesting, like the maid that was buried in the backyard, and then they put the gazebo on top of her.
Yeah.
Because that's where the baby mama of the dad, she came over and was all freaking out on him, and he, the burn dude showed up, and he was just like, killed her.
Yeah.
Oh. guess we get to bury her now. Like, what? Oh.
But the whole thing with, like, the maid, whenever it's, she's around men or something, she looks like this little sex pot.
Yeah,
but then when she's around women, it's just like, I'm an old decrepit lady with, like, a foggy eye, and I'm just like, eh. And the women are like, why are you getting so mad at her over what she's wearing?
Because it's an old lady. Are you really into old ladies? And the dad's like, you don't understand.
She's dancing around like a hussy.
Oh my gosh, there was I think one of the most ridiculous scenes in Murder House, though. I think it was in like the first or second episode, where like the dad goes upstairs and like the maid had just totally like
seduced him,
come onto him, and he runs away, and because like he's already had an issue with adultery, so he's like in his bedroom, like looking out over his backyard, and he's just like
masturbating,
jerking it, and then as soon as he's just like, you can totally tell that he comes, and he's like, I'm just like, what the hell? And then he looks out, and there's some creepy dude watching him, and it's just like, wah!
He's like, hey fellas,
it's turned into a really weird porno.
With a burned up face, he's just like, yeah, turn it on.
Oh man.
Like what you got there, pretty boy.
But then you find out that that guy, the burned dude, got burned up because he burned the fucking house, because that house is like, it's messed up. And if you die on the property, then
and he got burned up by Tate because Tate found out that he had killed Beauregard, their brother.
Oh, yeah.
He had smothered him.
Yeah.
And he went to the burned up guy's work and was just like, blah, 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 and like lit him up. And then that's the same day that he went and did the shooting.
Yep. Everybody. But yeah, American Horror Story Murder House really set the tone for the entire show. Like, you knew off the bat that this was going to be a show that was going to scare you. It wasn't going to, like, hold back on the gore or anything. It was going to be, I mean, I'm sure if we had it on, like, a show like HBO or something like that, it would be even more graphic than it is.
Which I would be so much more excited about.
Imagine if this was on HBO, like Game of Thrones status, like... Maybe then we could see some, like, male frontal.
That's what I was thinking, too. I was like, maybe we could see Tate naked. Maybe, yes!
We need this to happen, you guys. Switch stations, go to HBO. So we can see, like, you know...
Be like, so, we should redo American Horror Story Murder House.
All of it. Just do it all nude.